What's good, y'all, and happy New Year. Welcome back to the first episode for 2021 of Just and Drippin', my style and fashion segment here on my channel. And today, to start things off right for the year, I thought I would just talk about my top 3 tips for winter fashion. Winter is in full effect, so I thought I would just go ahead and talk about this topic in particular. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, y'all, and just a disclaimer, remember that these tips and tricks are my own personal opinions, so please feel free to agree to disagree with me. Alright, tip number 1, comfort over style. What I mean by that is, of course, if you want to look good, you shouldn't have to sacrifice your comfort in order to do so. And for example, I remember a few years ago, it was super cold, New Year's Eve. Me and my good friend Ian, we went to Zoo Lights with my brother and his family. But for me, of course, I wanted to look good, show off my swag, you know what I mean? And so all I wore was literally a flannel and then a long sleeve shirt under the flannel, some track pants, and maybe some Roshis. So I was not layered up, I was not prepared. And that whole night, literally, I was freezing my butt, my hands, my face, my feet off. My brother was nice enough, thankfully, to let me borrow his beanie and his scarf and his gloves. But that night was just super miserable, and I definitely sacrificed my own comfort to try and look good. And granted, it was a fun time, but also it wasn't a fun time just because of how cold I was. So tip number 1, don't sacrifice your comfort in order to look good. It is definitely cozy season right now. Tip number 2, to go along with tip number 1, be sure to layer up. There's nothing wrong with layering up, especially if you want to stay warm when it's cold outside or inside your house. Like for me, for example, I'm in the house and I have like a nice little hoodie and a flannel. So right now I'm very, very comfortable, very cozy, and I still look pretty decent. So yeah, tip number 2, be sure to layer up and play around with different types of layers. I know some people like doing just the hoodie and the flannel. Some people like doing a hoodie and a jacket or a hoodie and a vest. Some people like just wearing a thermal shirt with a vest or a thermal shirt with a flannel right over it. So it's really up to you what you prefer, but definitely utilizing the proper layers in order to get both comfort and style is the way to go. And last but not the least, certainly pay attention to the color palette of the season. In my opinion, winter is very low-key, and when I think of cold, I think of cold colors. If you look on the color wheel, and I'll put one up right here, you see all on the right side, you have the greens and the blues and the purples. And sometimes black goes with that, and like the neutral colors, black, white, gray. So those, in my opinion, are like the cool colors, as opposed to on the left side, you're going to have your reds, your oranges, your yellows. And in my opinion, those are more for being vibrant and being loud and kind of making a statement with your outfit. So because winter, in my opinion, is pretty low key, it's okay to just keep things simple with the cool colors and stay low key as well. And of course, again, play around with the different types of color blocking. Like in my opinion, because winter is it is a cool season for me, and I want my color blocking, color palette to be pretty low key, I'm going to lean more towards the darker tones or the darker shades of colors, like my dark blues and my dark greens, sometimes maybe even my dark reds, you know, just to keep that whole ambiance and that whole vibe for the season. So definitely pay attention to the color palette and to the color blocking of the season. Alright, y'all, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode of Just Drippin', of my top 3 tips for winter fashion. I thought I would just flesh out this video real quick to start the new year off right. And of course, throughout the year, and not just throughout the season, but I want y'all to also not just look good, but also, you know, be comfortable and be cozy too. Please check out my clothing brand, the JD Duran collection. I actually have a new hoodie right here. If y'all can see that, new chapter. I'll post a better picture right here. New chapter in order to symbolize the new year and how no matter what phase you are in life, it's never too late to start a new chapter or a new page or a new whatever, new moments, new memories in order to become a better version of yourself. Please be on the lookout for more videos and more content from me in the very near future and throughout the year. I'm excited for what this year has to offer. Hope y'all rock with me, and thank you so much if you have rocked with me so far. So yeah, y'all, let's do this together. Till next time, y'all, stay fresh and stay blessed. Peace.